Welcome to the Koso Connections podcast, where the ancient art of Japanese fermentation science meets modern natural health. Embark with us on a journey of transformation, exploring age-old wellness practices through inspiring discussions, expert advice, and personal stories. Discover how these traditions can revolutionize your health and well-being today.
Welcome back to Wadachi, to another uplifting episode of Koso Connections. I'm your host, Nika Cortez, and I'm so excited for today because this episode is extra special because we're celebrating 1 full year of transformation, healing, and emotional strength from someone who has inspired us from day one. And of course, I'm not alone today. Joining me are my two amazing, incredible co-hosts, the brilliant and compassionate Karen Munzingo, and of course, the one and only, the heart and vision behind Koso Med, Dr. Z.
Hi everyone.
So let's welcome back the amazing, the glowing, the ever-resilient Ciara Pegoda. Hello, Ciara. Welcome back.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me, Mika. It's so good to see you.
Well, it's great to have you, Ciara. And again, it's really our pleasure and honor to have you come back. It's been a year. And it's been an interesting year, I'm sure, for all of us. But I'm really glad to have you back because when we first met, you're definitely a very different person. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Complimentary. Very, very different.
So, alright, Ciara, let's go back for a moment. Can you bring us to the beginning? What was happening in your health and in your life when you first discovered Koso Med a year ago?
When I first discovered Koso Med a year ago, Karen had actually reached out and said, I'd like you to check this out. I'd like you to give me your opinions on it. And I said, okay. We had been cleaning up our diet and I'm just going to say in general, a better awareness about what we used in our household for a few years. And I think Karen had an idea that I would be someone who would love Koso Med for all of the things it does not have in it, right? Yes, all of the amazing good things, but all of the things that it doesn't have in it were a big bonus. And I tried it, loved it. My kids and my husband also tried it and loved it. And about a year in, or not even a year, sorry, about a month into it, my husband actually ended up in the hospital unexpectedly for basically he had a perforation in his colon and he had been started to go septic, and it was a little bit of a mess. And one of the things we realized was how available the Koso Med was to his body and how much healing it could do for him very quickly every single day. So we really started incorporating that without fail every day. And I will say a year later that both of us and our kids, but both of us as adults, with as much as that's going on all the time and routines change and this, that, and the other, that we both still daily take this over a year later and use the product without fail every day actually blows my mind. Because I think so many things change.
I think what's funny is when I originally saw Koso and I was like, oh, Ciara is going to love this. Like, that was like the first thought that I had. Even more than I'm going to love this. I'm like, oh, Ciara's going to love this. And then I sent it to you. And later she told me in her mind, she was like, oh gosh, I'm going to have to tell Karen that this stuff doesn't work or this stuff isn't good or all this. Like, she was worried because we're good friends and she didn't want to let me down. She knows, no way has Karen found something good enough that I'm going to like. And so she's going to send me this bag and I'm going to hate it.
It truly was. I was like, I'm going to have to tell her all the ingredients that are trash. I'm going to have to tell her why I won't put it in my body. I'm going to have to tell her all these things. And I got it and I was reading it. I was like, gosh, I was so impressed. And and it tasted good. And there wasn't anything in there that I wouldn't, readily grab for if it was available just as a fruit or a veg or whatever it is. And there was nothing extra in there that I was concerned about because there's nothing extra. And that just continually blew my mind. And I was like, Karen, do tell. And I say this all the time and I will never not say it. In the capsules, when I open any of the tablets or the capsules, that the little thing is in the seal. I don't even know what it's called, but that it's in the seal in top of the lid. So it's not rattling around with my tablets. Oh, it just made my day. So thank you, Huxley, for that because I love it. It's like I show everybody all the time too. I'm like, look, it's right here. It's not in there with your stuff. So one of my favorite things.
It's kind of funny. not to interject this, but it's kind of funny. The little silica that is in the cap. Usually, people put that inside with the products. Actually, it's kind of a low level toxin. Very few people catch that from the video. When I first saw the video, and I didn't see you face wise, I saw your hand wise. I saw you opening the cap and looking at it. I realized, wow, she got it. She understood it right from the very beginning. But yeah, very few people
right away. I was like,
that,
what?
Yeah. That was very astute on your part. That's quite brilliant, because most people don't realize that all the little silica packets they put into the food, not really that healthy for you. I mean, can you imagine biting in on those little tiny pieces? But yeah, so interesting.
No, I love that. It's so fun to be doing this together with you and seeing you and Josh get healthy. Like you said, he got sick really soon after you got the product, and honestly, the timing was perfect because you said it made such a big difference for him. I don't know what you guys would have done without it.
Really, truly, it's and it was really interesting timing wise because. And everybody's different, right? Everybody's body responds differently, but I always asked him, I'm like, can you feel a difference? And he's like, I have to tell you, this question is really bizarre for me, because he's like, I just don't think men are as in tune with their body as women are. And I would agree with that. Not a knock, but like, we have so many things that change through our cycle, through the month, every month, all the time, that we're just more in tune with our bodies and what's going on and how they feel and what makes them feel different and all the things. And for him, he's like, I don't pay attention. However, what he did right away, as soon as we got home from the hospital, he was like, because they kept giving him in the hospital, soft foods, Jell-O with all the dyes in it, milkshakes with just all the sugar and dyes and fake processed things in it. And he's like, can you just smuggle it in every day, bring the KSP in and give me that. And what we did was we would just mix it with water, because it was so simple, but it wasn't going to upset anything. It wasn't going to be an irritant in any way. And I'm not kidding, for about 10 days, that's all he used for 3 times a day was KSD with water. And he's like, I feel better on this than I did on bone broths or anything else, because he was actually getting some nutrient support that was absorbable and his body could do something with. And it was not causing any issues, any extra for him. For me, that was a really stressful time, obviously, because we didn't know what was going on. You can't see. They're talking about surgeries. We're really hoping not to. So normally for me, that would have been a high migraine time, a lot of stress, bringing on migraines, things like that. And it was actually when I started to notice, 1, I wasn't having an afternoon crash, even with all the stress and probably lack of sleep that I was having. And 2, I wasn't having my migraines like I was. And I've had migraines since I was about 11. I don't remember them younger. My parents say that I did have them younger, but I don't remember them. I remember them at about 11. And for me, that was a really big, oh my gosh, for the first time, like I've noticed a decrease without a medication, without some sort of something that's altering my body, but I don't know why it's altering my body and what else it's creating, right? It was just good nourishment. It was obviously what my body needed, and my body was reacting well to it. And that was a bonus, that I did not see coming, because I had told Karen, fermented foods are a huge trigger for me for my migraines. It's the byproduct of tyramine, but because of the process, because of how Koso Med does everything, it's a completely different effect on my body, and my body liked it, didn't hate it. So that was really lovely.
I love that. Yeah. I love, I think as women, I would say, especially you, we focus on other people. You talked about Josh right away and how it helped Josh and what it did for him, and that your kids are taking it. So I love hearing what it did for you too. Like, it made a difference for you and your health, your energy, your migraines, all those things. So I'm really happy to hear that it's been going so well for you. What other products do you love? Because you love the, we're talking about the super drink.
Yeah.
But
so you
use other products too.
Right. So we religiously, without fail, have Koso Super Drink Bio 88 and SBS, which is the Super Bio Slender. So that's the core that we use. All day, every day, no matter what. And then my kids have used the bee pollen and really enjoy the bee pollen. My oldest son, who just started high school, sometimes we'll use the IQ with him. He actually really enjoys adding that in. Like if he's just kind of like a little foggy in the morning or has a test coming or just knows he needs a little boost for the day, he'll do IQ. I really like, oh my gosh, is it the energy, the turmeric with the little
bioenergy?
Bioenergy. that I did not realize how much that helped me with my sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed the biggest difference in my sleep. And because I was like, oh, I think one of the things that kills me the most is you don't realize how much good it's doing until you stop. Don't stop. Just don't. Don't run out. Don't stop. Just keep going. Because, and I tell people, I go, you may not think it's making a difference, or you may not feel the difference, because it's not a on or off immediately, right? Like if you take a synthetic drug that blocks a pain receptor or things like that, you notice that within about 30 minutes. That's not how it is with this. But the long building stretch of compounding changes is remarkable. And they're inexplicable, but man, when you stop, you're like, what just happened and why? And so for me, those are a lot of the ones that I take all regularly. And then I really listen, the EFG, the Essence Facial Gel. I have a love affair with that.
Tell us what you love about it.
I love that it does not smell like anything, because I'm very sensitive to smells. They trigger my migraines. So I'm very sensitive to smells. I love that every single person in my family, no matter their skin type, can use it and put it on anything, and there's no reactions. So that's a big one. I love it. And I can use it day, night, 4 or 5 times a day. Sunburns, rashes. Don't know what this is. Okay, rub a little EFG on it and it'll go away. You never know. You never know.
Yeah.
And then
every time I go into my bathroom, I put on some EFG.
It's
somewhere.
just one of, like sometimes, little extra on the elbow today, maybe some on the hands. We love it. And it's the funny thing is so I'm going to tell you a story about my dad. My dad had some skin cancer, and he did like a topical chemo, and this was years ago. And so he is very careful about how he goes in the sun. He does aloe vera every day. But what aloe vera has he been using? And what aloe vera did I say? Dad, absolutely not. He's, oh my goodness. Tell me why I should do it. And I did. And him and my mom both use it. And he has noticed such a difference. He's like, oh, it's not sticky. It's not a fake green color. It doesn't smell weird. I can put it on multiple times a day and it keeps absorbing. It doesn't just layer on and then kind of roll off. You know how it kind of balls up if you have too much product on of other things. So he's been amazed. My dad is not amazed at anything. He is not impressed at anything. He will do what I ask, or he'll listen. But the man is not going to be like, oh yes, let me go do this. He's just not. So we love that. I do love the Maja Lift, but the Crystal Maja is,
I love
that's a big one in our house. With 2 boys in sports. We rub it on everything. It's like, in my big fat Greek wedding, they have the Windex. So for us, it's a little EFG and a little Crystal Maja. We do it all the time. And I love that does not smell either, because when I have a migraine and I need to use it, it does not affect me, my sensory wise. So I really love the lack of smell in a lot of the things as well, because I'm so sensitive to smells. So
for the
it's just a
Crystal
pantry.
Maja, for the Crystal Maja at home, my kids call it the gray stuff, and they go like, "Hey, like my arm hurts. Can I have some gray stuff?"
The boys call it the clay. Can you get the clay? Where's the clay? Because it looks like a gray clay, but but then you rub it in, you don't see it. Like, it's great.
No, it's my skin. Like my skin just like slurps it up.
Yes, and I will do it like Josh was not feeling well over the weekend, so we were loading up on all the Bio 88. And that's the other thing here's the thing, as a mom, trying to teach my husband and my children as a wife, but like when it's appropriate to take things and when not, right? I think as a society, we grab for what's going to a quick fix, right? Grab this pain reliever, grab this, do that. And that they can grab something that they know is going to work. And I don't have to worry one bit about what's in it or if it will harm them. That is great. My boys know if you're not feeling well, please go get more Bio 88 all day long, over and over and over, and do whatever you need. And I really love that. Josh wasn't feeling well, so we actually rubbed Crystal Maja on his neck because he's like, I just feel like everything's kind of stuck. So I was like, well, let's get a little extra movement in there. He was like, hey, look at that. I know. At this point, I'm convinced there's nothing it doesn't fix. And it is Koso. Like in general, a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. So, and I will say, the shampoo, I did not think teenage boys would love it, but my teenage boys are obsessed with the shampoo, and I have to fight for it because it consistently migrates out of my shower, and it's rude. But they also really do love it, and my boys have very, very thick hair, and they love it, but they know that they are to use a tiny bit. Because, yeah. But it's literally everything, and I wish it was simple and be like,
Ciara,
just this, but...
Ciara, is there anything you don't love? I mean,
maybe something I haven't tried yet that I don't know about.
I'm just,
what is that?
What
have you not tried?
I don't know, because I even love the Save the Globe. Like, I was just washing all our fruits and veg today, and my son loves the science experiment afterwards of what all came off, what veggies were in there, and what all came off. I'm trying to think of what I haven't
I know something
tried.
You haven't tried, Ciara. I know something you haven't
want to
tried
send me
because
some?
it's not in the marketplace yet. It's the it's the new hair treatment, but you haven't tried that yet because we don't have it out yet. So, yeah, it's
maybe I should be a testimonial for you.
That's
well,
what I've been telling him.
honestly, this is better than any kind of advertisement I've ever come across. And it's all natural, It's all real, it's all 100% true. I've sold it. I don't know. I guess I'm partially a formulator, but I'm already sold on all the
Is
products.
it like a what we would consider like a hair mask or a conditioner or something like that?
No, it's one of a kind. It's a fermented product, and it will deeply penetrate into the follicles. It works with all the damages. It gets rid of all the toxins that are in your hair. Your hair is basically like a sponge, and it picks up everything from contaminants in the water in your shower to the different products that you use, and it cleanses all of that out and replenishes it with some really tremendous botanicals that we have here in Japan. And so it takes your dried out, damaged hairs. You know how it's all done with chemicals. There's not much chemicals in this at all.
Oh yeah.
But that'll be coming out next year. But yeah, you'll probably love.
And you know how close next year is?
Yeah, it's coming pretty close. But yeah, it's really really nice
over the hill.
Yeah, it's really nice to have your enthusiasm out here. We do have a lot of very enthusiastic Tomodachi, but you're very special. I do have a question for you because I think that you've done a lot of study, you've done a lot of research. You probably have figured out by now that our products are living organisms. They've got their own kind of intelligence, and I'll be introducing that later on in next year and how it works with your body because everybody is uniquely different, and the products kind of figure out your code. And then they work with your code. I know that's kind of different than most products out there, but there is a code. We all have our own unique codes. And so it's great that you and your family have had great results. But I do have a really deep question for you, and I hope you don't mind. It's a little bit personal, and if you can't answer it, I can understand that as well, too. But, having had children, having had a marriage, a partner that has had health issues, yourself having health issues, and there are so many people out there like yourself that have suffered from different consequences. They're watching you. This is digital age, and so there's going to be a lot of people that are looking at this and going, really? Can you give us some example of what has really changed? And changes are different for everybody. Physical change you can see in the mirror, but what happens to the mental change, the connection between your gut and your brain? Have you noticed yourself changing? I see those changes in you. From the day I met you a year ago to this date.
Yeah, I think one of the hardest things is when you see yourself every day, you don't see those changes. And I always can equate it to when I'm away from my kids for even a week. They've grown, they've changed, something's different. And so I think when you have that time, and again, I'll go back to, I am more shocked than anyone that we have stuck to this for a year. Because usually the first 30 days of something are great, 60 days are great, 90 days are great, but the romance of a product wears off because you stop seeing a result, right?
I agree.
And this, when you ask, like, if you can say, like, what's changed, I feel like a runaway train sometimes because it's not one thing. It's the one thing that led to the next thing that led to the next thing that continues to lead to things. So my best example for me is definitely my digestion and my sleep. And obviously they go hand in hand, but they make such a big difference on everything from I no longer need an afternoon nap or desire an afternoon nap. Now listen, I will be honest. I will not turn down a nap because I think that's silly. I love a good 20-minute refresh, but no longer am I like, oh Lord, am I going to make it? And then I'm good to go. My cravings, and I have a sweet tooth, and I know that's like, a thing that they tell you have. I really do have one. It's right here. And my sweet tooth is, I won't say it's gone. Listen, but it is so much less. And my husband's as well. And the other night he actually had a later snack in the day. And the next day he's like, I feel like crap. And I was like, yeah, why? And you were snacking last night. And he goes, I know. I go, why? He goes, I was bored. And he went to like an old habit that he has not done. And honestly, it like shocked me because I was like, this is out of character for now, not before, but for now, right? Now that we use Koso. And so I think it's just those compounding things. So for me, digestion, definitely, like I'm not a regular person. I am now. It's fantastic. And just general bloating and discomfort in my stomach was all the time, no matter what I ate, no matter when I ate it, it didn't matter. If I ate a meal, I was uncomfortable. It's not an issue anymore. And I'm so grateful for that because it's awful. It's just awful. And I think too, seeing it in my husband makes it so much better because you're like, oh, it's not just me. I can see things changing in you as well. So it's that compounding, those constant light switches. I know you've talked about that so much, Dr. Z, those light switches just get turned on. And sometimes it's like all of them at once. And you're like, what? It's a party in here. And then sometimes you're like, there that is. Oh my goodness, I haven't had that in a long time. So I think it's that it's not a journey that stops after 90 days or 120 days of taking the product. It just gets better. Like the gift that keeps on giving. Really.
I think we don't even always notice the problems that we had before because it's just normal. We think it's normal. So one of our other friends, she mentioned, Koso fixed my bad knees. And I was like, my knees used to hurt too. Like I didn't even think about it. Like it was like this trauma of remembering that my knees would always hurt and my knees don't hurt anymore.
Yeah.
And it's not even something I thought about. I didn't think I have bad knees. I just thought like, that's the way it is. And then they stopped hurting and you didn't notice they stopped hurting until someone said, my knees used to hurt. Now they don't. And I'm like, oh, me too.
You know what else? Okay, wait, I have to go to another product. So you can clip this or do whatever you need to do to it. But the toothpaste, pause on this. The toothpaste we also use in this house. And my kids just went in for their cleaning. Well, they're teenage boys. There's always, they're going to be like, you need to brush better. Are you flossing? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? They had two separate hygienists, which normally they go into the same hygienist one and then the next. Two separate hygienists, and they both said, Mom, can we see you? And I was like, sure.
You're like, oh
Lord, we're pulling teeth. Like, I'm just like, oh Lord, what fungus is growing? So nervous. And I go in and I'm like, yes. And they're like, we are literally searching for plaque and we cannot find any. These boys are doing such a good job. And I'm looking at them going, it's the toothpaste. It's not you. But, but it's how rad for a teenage boy to be like,
yeah.
Because normally it's like, okay, you need to floss, you need to do this. And they said they're like, their gums look amazing. Their teeth are so healthy. This is phenomenal. And I'm like, and then they ask if we want a fluoride. And I'm like, nope. Nope. But no thanks. And they're like, what are you doing? And I said, we use a toothpaste from Japan. I'm happy to send it over to you if you want to see it. And they're like, quietly, they're like, but it's amazing. And I told my parents that, and now my mom's like, well, it sounds like we're going to need some toothpaste. I'm like, sounds like. But that was really cool for me to see it on them. Because on me, it's one thing, right? I know I'm more aware than, again, a teenage boy, but to see it for them, and it's been about 6 months since they've been using it, awesome. So there you go. Sorry, that was another one.
I love that. No, that's great. I love that. Thanks for sharing that. I think something that's interesting about Koso Med is, I mean, it's a business, right? You make money when the people that your friends and your family and your network buy from you. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on, like, would you share this if that wasn't the case? How does that question make you feel?
Oh, I would share this. Anytime I love something and I believe in something, it's getting shared. So it would be shared no matter what. The money that comes from sharing it is like a big bonus. That's it. If I love a new pasta or a new recipe, it's getting shared. especially with
Right.
the people I care about and the people that I know would love it or benefit from it. So that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I love that.
Shara, before we wrap up, if you could speak to your younger self from 1 year ago, the version of you was struggling and searching, what would you tell her in one sentence?
Oof. Try it and keep going. Just try it and keep going, because like I said, it's just been such a fun domino effect. So the keeping going, you got to try it and then just keep going. That's the key.
I love that.
So, Shara, thank you for sharing your heart, your journey, your honesty, and for showing the world what one full year of commitment can do. You inspire us a lot, and I know you've inspired so many listening right now. So, to everyone listening, if this touched your spirit, and share it with someone who needs healing and encouragement today. So, until next time, stay balanced, stay hopeful, and keep your body alive with living intelligent food. So, stay connected. Bye bye.
Hey, everyone.